Hello students, we have seen in the previous lesson we have learnt about air pressure, and we have seen that air pressure is not uniform on all places on the earth's surface. It keeps on changing from time to time depending on the height of a region, that is the altitude, the temperature of the air, yes, and the amount of water vapor. So these were influencing the air pressure. Today we are going to learn the lesson number 5 on winds. Here students, we can see how the green grass is moving and the small plants are also moving. What is this movement? It is the movement of air, and the movement of air is called wind. Yes, we can feel the wind but we cannot see it. So what is wind? Wind is moving air. When air is moving, that is called wind. And it moves from areas of high pressure to areas of low pressure. There is no place, when there is high pressure, there is no place for the air to move. So it moves to the areas of low pressure. And what is the main reason that drives the wind? It is the sun. Okay. Observe these pictures, children. You can see in the first picture, you can feel that there is too much of wind blowing, and in the second one there is wind. You can see the movement of the tree but very slowly. Yes, the extent of the difference of the air pressure affects the velocity of the wind. Velocity means the speed of the wind. If there is less difference in the pressure, wind will blow with less speed, but wind will blow with great velocity if the difference in pressure is high. Okay, so wind speed keeps on changing depending on the air pressure. And how do we measure this wind velocity, the speed of the wind? How do we measure it? We measure it in knots. The unit in which we measure is knots or kilometer per hour. There are different types of winds. We will see the different types. They are planetary winds, seasonal winds, and local winds. Now, planetary winds are further classified into easterlies, westerlies, and polar winds. Seasonal winds are also called as monsoon winds. They are classified into southwest monsoon winds and northeast monsoon winds. Then the third type of wind are local winds. Now local winds can be cyclonic winds, anticyclonic, land breeze, sea breeze. See children, we have learnt that winds are known by the direction from which they blow. Now some winds they blow regularly on the earth from the high pressure belt to the low pressure belt. These winds they cover a large portion of the earth, and these are called planetary winds. And the examples of planetary winds are, as we said, that they are known by the direction from which they blow. If they blow from the west, they are called westerlies. If they blow from the east, they are called easterlies. If they blow from the polar region, they are called the polar winds. Now you can see children, this is the equatorial low pressure belt. On top it is the northern hemisphere. Here it is the southern hemisphere. And you can see here children, high pressure belt from 25 degrees to 35 degrees parallels in the north and 25 degrees to 35 degrees in the south. This is the high pressure belt, and here you can see the low pressure belt. Now due to the rotation of the earth, their original direction changes. Now you will see this in the northern hemisphere children. Here is the northern hemisphere. The wind which blows now from the northeast, from here it is coming from the eastern direction, northeast, it is going to the southwest. And from the southern hemisphere it is going From the southeast, it is going to the northwest. These winds are blowing from the east, so they are called as easterlies. Now we will see what are westerlies. These winds, they blow from the west. Now if you see in the southern hemisphere, children, see here, these winds are blowing from the northwest and they are going here to the southeast. And here you can see these are the westerlies. They are blowing from the southwest. It is going to the northeast. These are called westerlies. Now what are polar winds? Polar winds, children, in both the hemispheres, the winds are blowing from the polar high pressure belt to the low pressure belt. See, the winds are blowing from the polar high pressure belt to the low pressure belt. You all already have learned that the wind blows from high pressure to low pressure. And these winds, they blow from the east to the west. They are called as polar winds. Now we will see about the seasonal winds. Seasonal winds are also known as monsoon winds. Monsoon winds are seasonal winds which blow during summer and winter. The summer winds are called southwest monsoon winds and winter winds are called as northeast monsoon. See children, in the southwest monsoon winds, the winds are blowing from the sea to the land, and the northeast monsoon winds are blowing from the land to the sea. We get rainfall. See this picture, children. This is the southwest monsoon winds which are blowing from this Arabian Sea. You can see they are going towards India from the sea to the land. See, this is the map of India. So we get a rainfall during this season because of the southwest monsoon wind. And in this diagram you can see the northeast monsoon winds are blowing from the land to the sea. Now we saw children that seasonal winds, or they also called as monsoon winds, we get rainfall during this season, that is from June to September, because of this southwest monsoon winds which is blowing from the sea to the land during the summers. And even the monsoon winds which are blowing from the north, that is the northeast monsoon, it is blowing from this land to the sea. Okay, so the northeast monsoon occurs from September to December and it is in the Indian subcontinent. You will see Kerala, Tamil Nadu, Andhra Pradesh, they get rainfall during that time. Okay, that is, and they experience this monsoon and retreating monsoon season apart from the summer and winter season. Now children, we are going to see what are local winds. Local winds are found in local, not found everywhere. They blow for a short time, short duration of time, and they come in specific regions. They blow over that area. They are called local winds. Okay, and the climate of that area where the winds blow changes. And each region has got a specific name for the wind when it blows. Now you see children, in your North India, that is you can go to Delhi, Rajasthan, in the summers, we say udhar loo chal rahi hai. It is so hot. That hot wind is, it is hot and dry. We call it as the loo, because near the Thar desert in the afternoon it becomes very, very hot. Okay. Then now we also get this Chinook. Chinook is this wind, it blows from the Rocky Mountains of North America. This is also warm wind, hot and dry. But sometimes we also get cold wind. Now you can see this Mistral. It is a cold wind. It blows in France, in Spain. Okay. Then we can also see this Bora. It is a cold and dry wind. So they have got different names for these local winds. Here children, you can see sea breeze. Now what is this breeze? The wind, it blows from the sea to the land during the day are called sea breezes. Okay, the wind it blows from the sea to the land during the day. During the day, the land becomes very hot. Even if you go on the road and if you don't wear your shoes or slippers, your feet will get burnt. Correct? Because the land is very hot. The land gets heated also quickly and it cools also quickly. So when it is hot over here, children, so the pressure is low and the pressure in this water is high. So pressure is high. So the air it moves from here, it comes to the land. And this land gets heated, so the warm air moves up from the land and it comes down. Okay. So the land gets heated and the pressure on the land decreases. And the sea water it gets heated slowly and it cools also slowly. So the air on the sea water, the air pressure is high. So what happens? The wind blows from the high pressure to the low pressure area and we get sea breeze. So if you sit near the sea in the afternoon, you get lovely cool breeze. Correct? So we love to go near the water during the summers. Now we learnt about sea breezes. That is the breeze which is blown in the daytime and the cool breeze moves from the sea to the land. Now here we will see, children, the land breeze. At night the land cools down. As we learnt that the land heats also quickly and cools also quickly. So at night this land is cool, but the water takes time to cool down. So it is yet warm. So it is warm, so it is having here low pressure area and here it is nice and cool at night. So the pressure is high. So pressure is high. So the high pressure, so it will the cool breeze now from this land, it will move from here. Cool air is moving from here and from here from the sea you will see warm air is moving towards the land. Okay, so the winds that blow from the land to the sea at night are called land breezes. Yes, children, the breeze that blows from the land to the sea at night are called land breezes. Remember that. Understand the difference, children, between the day and the night, which breeze blows in the day, sea breeze, and at night it is land breeze. At night, children, the land cools down. So the air cools down there and the air pressure, as I said, increases. And here the sea water is taking very long to cool. So slowly it will cool and the air pressure over here is low. So have you understood? At night the winds blow from the land. Again I am explaining. The wind blows from the land, that is the cool air moves from the land towards the sea. So in this way the land breezes are formed. Now here, children, we are going to see about the cyclonic winds, how the cyclonic winds are formed. Here, children, at the center it is, you can see like a small eye is watching. It is a low pressure area and it is surrounded with the high pressure area. Okay, the low pressure area is surrounded by the high pressure area, and what happens is that the wind starts blowing with high speed, with high velocity from this high pressure area towards the low pressure area. And now due to the rotation of the earth, the cyclonic winds, they move in the anti-clockwise direction and in the northern hemisphere and in the clockwise direction in the southern hemisphere. And these cyclonic winds, when it comes, children, the sky becomes cloudy, very dark, and it starts raining heavily. The wind start blowing very heavily, and with that sometimes even the trees, the buildings start falling. There is a lot of destruction to the property, people, and those who stay near the sea, coastal regions, children, it is very dangerous for them. And it is not predicted like how much time it is going to be there, with which direction. Okay, so these cyclonic storms are destructive. Now the cyclones which occur in the western part of the Pacific Ocean near the coast of Japan, China, Philippines, they are called as typhoons. Okay, and these storms, they arise in the months between June and October. And due to the high velocity and the heavy rain, they are destructive. And the cyclones in the Caribbean Sea are known as the hurricanes. Even they are very much destructive, children. We learnt about cyclones, children. Cyclonic winds, they are very, very destructive. But anticyclones are the opposite of depression. We have seen they are in an area of high atmospheric pressure where the air is sinking. In summer, the anticyclones bring dry, hot weather, and in winter, it is having nice cold nights. They usually bring nice weather. Okay, we have seen in cyclonic winds, the skies are very cloudy, but here there are clear skies and little chance of rainfall. Whereas in cyclonic, there was a lot of destruction, heavy rainfall, cloudy skies. Yes, so during the anticyclones, the skies are clear, the winds blow with lesser velocity, less speed, and the weather is nice and pleasant. Okay, and anticyclones you experience in the high pressure belts. Winds in these regions are moving out. Yes, the winds are moving out, hence the rainfall is quite low in these areas. What did we understand, students, from this lesson? Moving air is called wind, and winds are known by the direction from which they blow. We also learned the different types of winds: planetary winds, that is easterlies, westerlies, polar winds, seasonal or monsoon winds, and the local winds, land breeze, sea breeze, cyclones, and anticyclones. So I want you to read the textbook and understand the lesson. Thank you.